Everybody, I have a surprise for you. Look at this glorious chin. Wow, where'd my beard go? Oh, that's right, I flushed it down the toilet. Oops. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And when I'm out here, you know I want to talk to you about something super important. And honestly, what's more important than tips? So I wouldn't say that this is a button of contention. This is something that everybody always complains about. Ever since the beginning of Doordash and, you know, this entire business model. Should customers be required to tip? And why don't rich people tip more? Let me answer that second one for you. How do you think they got rich? They sure as hell didn't get rich by passing out tips. And required tips are not tips. Required tips are just called fees. Now, why am I standing out in 100-degree weather talking about tips? People are not obligated to tip. Tips are optional, and we need to stop shaming the customer for not tipping. It's their choice if they want to tip or not. So I got this angry sounding post off of Reddit, and I want to read part of it to you. It's called, "This is a luxury service, not a charity." And you know what? That statement is correct, but it could also be false. Lately in my personal life, and to some extent online, there seems to be a growing sentiment that tipping is not necessary for people who need Doordash, and that need could extend to things like Instacart and Walmart grocery delivery. People with mobility issues, disabilities, poor immune systems, or those who can't transport themselves to buy their own food, groceries, etc. They claim they're already getting screwed by the fees and upcharges on the items, so they shouldn't be obligated to tip. Doordash should pay their drivers. It shouldn't be my job to supplement their crappy wages. 1. No, it is not your job to supplement our pay. Tips are meant to be a, hey, good job, buddy. Point pickup, I hope you heard that. And 2, yeah, these companies need to be paying us more. Now, gas prices are going down a little bit, but they're not going down by that much. They're definitely not diving as they did spike up, so we're still watching it slowly trickle down, but it's just not there yet. Gas prices are still astronomical, and it sucks, and it still costs a lot to do this job. But here's the part I really wanna read. And that's true. You shouldn't have to pay my bills. My employer should do that. They're not our employers. We just use their platforms. But guess what? They don't. They pay next to nothing for us to put gas and maintain our vehicles. That's not the customer's problem. This entire video makes it seem like I'm shilling for the bigger companies, saying, oh no, the bigger companies, they do enough for us. We got to get them greedy customers. No, it's not the customer's fault. These companies need to be held accountable and pay us, or rather, maybe wage isn't the right word, but they need to pay us better per order. There we go. We'll go with that. Better pay per order. That is something I can get behind. But you know, it's funny. I'm sitting here sounding like a shill for these bigger companies, but then I go and post this short. This is simply asking a question. How can you order so much, gas prices so high, and not tip? How do you order all that stuff and just be like, no, they don't deserve a tip, fuck them? And quite honestly, it just makes me sound like I'm complaining about the same exact thing. It was half complaining, half, honestly, I kind of found it funny. The base pay itself for that order was just fine, or else I wouldn't have taken it. And the reason why I didn't actually get upset about that is because I accepted the offer. I just looked at the base pay, the mileage, everything checked out, even the numbers where it says how big the order is. It all checked out, so it's completely on me. Every single time I accept a grocery order, it could be 11,000 packs of, what are those called? Kool-Aid, or it could be a giant pallet full of water. We just don't know until we get there. Now, Sarah Elizabeth, one of my favorite gig tubers out there, she made a video about tipping not too long ago, and here's what she said about being more transparent to customers.
I don't think the apps put it in the best way of offering a tip. They don't say like the facts, like we're only paying this Dasher $2 to do this order. So if you want to get your food nice and hot and fast, please put a good tip. I mean, obviously tipping is optional, just like if you were in a restaurant. But imagine if you went to a restaurant and there was seating in a tipping area or seating in a non-tip area. Do you think that the restaurant staff are going to be spending much time in the non-tip area? No, they're going to be focused on the tippers. To be completely honest, that's what they're there for. They're there to make money.
Now, personally, I don't know if customers would tip more if they knew how much we are actually getting paid, but the fact of the matter is, that is a PR nightmare for DoorDash. No way will they put on their website that they are only paying a base pay of $2 per driver, or rather per delivery. No way would they put that out there. A lot of customers really don't know what we get paid. They just assume that we're paid hourly or we're regular employees or anything like that. That is gig companies' PR department doing a wonderful job. So while I do agree with Sarah, definitely not gonna happen because it would make the companies look bad, and heaven forbid they look bad. Now, in any line of work, it's okay to get frustrated over little things. It's okay to get frustrated that you feel like the customer should be tipping at least something and not 50 cents or a penny or $1 or something. But at the same time, we really gotta stop the entitlement. At the end of the day, we are the ones that accept these orders. We are the ones that drop off these orders. Punishing a customer for them tipping or not is not okay. And every so often, if you go on places like Reddit, you'll see certain drivers brag about how they picked up an order, waited an hour, and then dropped the order, but didn't deliver it. Kind of like if they were looking to get internet brownie points or those virtual awesome high fives. Yeah, you're such a superhero. You're such a vigilante. Or you're just kind of a jackass. Why did you waste an hour of your day just to make a point? Okay, so the only thing you really did was piss off the customer, and there's a chance that customer might just never use the service again. There's always a chance, but most of the time they'll still use it, but you still got to act with integrity. I sure showed that customer I didn't deliver their stuff for an hour and then I just dropped it. But here is something to remember. Unfortunately, we are representing their brand when we come into contact with these customers, and it just doesn't do a whole lot of good for the industry as a whole just to be a jackass. And I hate when people go, well, if you don't like it, why don't you just go get a W-2 job? Because I like this line of work. I like being able to schedule when I want. I like being able to work when I want. I like being able to take a vacation at the snap of my fingers if I want to. If I wanted a regular job, I'd go be miserable at a regular job. It's always in the cards because you just never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. But for now, I want to continue riding this wave and having fun. Personally, I like being happy. I like making these videos. I like interacting with all of you. And you know what? Sometimes it's just fun to share the knowledge. What are your thoughts on tips? Let me know down in the comments. And I think it's about time for me to get out of this heat because I feel like I am starting to cook. So make sure you like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Beatles are here. My name is Dennis. I'll see you in the next video.